Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. An aggravated assault that left one person with a gunshot wound resulted in multiple arrests. Prince Albert police were called to the 1600 block of Muir Drive Saturday morning for reports of gunshots. They located a 30-year-old man who had been shot in serious condition. Police learned a fight between a group of people led to a bear spray and a firearm being discharged. Police conducted an operation at a home near the location of the shooting later on Saturday. 7 people were arrested from the residence, and a gun, ammunition, and other weapons were seized. A 36-year-old man, 29-year-old man, and 30-year-old woman face multiple firearm-related charges, and they are scheduled to appear in court today. The province is starting to deal with an increasing number of wildfires. The SPSA says there are 64 active fires in Saskatchewan right now, 5 of them contained, and 8 are not contained. 42 are still being assessed.
Also been engaging with communities a lot sooner than normal protocols would be. So sharing media information, social media, engaging with the communities, with having representatives at the community level.
So far this year, there have been 212 wildfires. At the same point this time last year, there were 354. Meanwhile, heavy rainfalls have damaged some communities in the southeast. Roads and streets are dealing with major flooding in Kamsack, Norquay, and Cody First Nation.
It's really a big help, because we don't have the resources to buy the culverts, the grid road, the gravel, and whatever is required to put the roads back into operation.
Cody says he's thankful to see people in the community helping each other out through difficult times. Researchers have confirmed 2 tornadoes occurred near Pelly on June 28th. The first one near Badgerville around 5:40 p.m. traveled 22 kilometers, finishing west of Pelly. It damaged homes, barns, power lines, and trees, classified as an EF2 with an estimated max wind speed of 195 kilometers per hour. The second one, an EF1, began just south of Pelly half an hour later, damaging trees and some homes in the community. The max wind speed of that one was around 155 kilometers per hour and only traveled about 3.4 kilometers. The Northern Tornadoes Project has confirmed 5 other tornadoes in Saskatchewan last week. An EF0 June 29th in Elrose, another EF0 July 2nd near Kindersley, and an EF1 near Denzel the same night. Then on Friday, 2 EF0 tornadoes were confirmed near Springwater and Edam. So far, no injuries have been reported in any of these storms, and accounting for last week, Saskatchewan has seen 15 confirmed tornadoes and 3 downbursts in 2026. Well, those weather reports are now ancient history, Jeff, because we're kind of going to the other side of the thermometer.
We really are. Things are really starting to heat up. Now, some places we might see, in particular down in southern Saskatchewan, which my understanding, I was speaking to an old friend earlier today, and I guess in the Swift Current area, there's certainly some very bad weather down there. Hail and strong winds, and it was nasty down south. We do have, for the most part, high pressure building in, fairly calm conditions, temperatures warming up, as John was alluding to, but we do have this system moving up through Montana, and that could bring some isolated showers, maybe some thunderstorms to southern Saskatchewan. We'll talk more about that situation later on.
So after weeks of rainfall and gloomy weather, Saskatchewan, as Jeff mentioned, is expected to see a stretch of warm and dry conditions. Saskatoon residents and visitors are out enjoying the sunshine after the city received nearly 104 millimeters of rain last month. That's well above the June average of about 75 millimeters. Meanwhile, Regina received about 147 millimeters of rain last month compared to their average of about 85. But Environment Canada says an upper ridge will bring a stretch of warmer, drier conditions.
When we get that kind of wave in our jet stream that allows warm, dry air to build underneath and just kind of keep things very quiet, we are expecting that to sort of develop probably into early next week. Still early, so we're going to have to keep our eye on it, but that often will mean warmer, drier conditions.
She says it's too soon to say how long those warm, dry conditions will stick around for. The city of Saskatoon is warning people to stay away from the South Saskatchewan River after fast-moving water ripped out the safety buoys between University Bridge and the Weir. The latest warning comes after 2 weekend rescues by fire crews and a jet skier who died last month. The city says crews will work to safely reinstall the buoys as soon as conditions allow. These buoys were not in place when a jet skier went over the Weir June 20th, but were back in place across the river briefly last week. Now only half of the boom is in place on the west side of the river, leaving the east side without it. The city's telling residents all recreational activities on the river are strongly discouraged. Fire crews retrieved an empty boat from the river Saturday, and the occupant was located later. Then on Sunday, a person was rescued from an island and taken to shore safely. Officials are also asking people to stay back from the river's edge, warning that high water, unstable banks, and submerged hazards can quickly turn dangerous. Green signs are up in various places along the river, warning of the increased danger. But some wonder if the city is doing enough.
I think there should be a sign, some kind of, big signs that would warn, especially those who are visiting Saskatoon from other places.
I look at it and it's obviously running very fast, and we just had someone apparently die, right? I mean, they couldn't find his body down there, so I would think twice if I was going to go on it again.
Boat launches below Broadway Bridge and river access points through Meewasin Valley remain closed. If you see someone in distress in the river, the city says to call 911 immediately and note the person's location. Environmental advocates are calling on the province to stop its nuclear power plans and consider more affordable ways of generating power. The Saskatchewan Environmental Society and the Coalition for a Clean Green Saskatchewan say recent nuclear power projects across the world are going over budget and taking far longer to build than originally estimated. The groups say other options like renewable energy, battery storage, conservation, and efficiency improvements should be considered instead at a fraction of the cost. The groups worry not only about the environmental impact, but say Sask Power's current path could deplete the Crown Corporation.
It takes much too long to build. It comes with long-term environmental and health risks. Opting for nuclear power is going to bury Sask Power in debt, drive electricity rates up sharply, and put Sask Power in danger of bankruptcy.
We will have a response from Sask Power at 6 o'clock. People in the gaming industry are concerned about a recent announcement that PlayStation plans to cease production of new physical games in 2028. While digital downloads have been available since the mid-2000s, they will soon be the only option for PlayStation users. Those who work in the gaming industry say this will limit the ability to share and resell games. Others prefer physical media because it offers a sense of security for those who want to add to their collection.
It's going to be a huge change because as a consumer, you aren't going to own anything anymore. You're going to be paying for the license to play a game until they choose to remove it, and you won't be able to send it to your friend or gift it to somebody.
CTV has reached out to Sony for comment. Sask Jazzfest is underway for another year. There's Patrick Moonbird, an Indigenous artist from Prince Albert, playing the free stage at KW Nasser Plaza. He's one of several performers playing at venues in and around the city until Saturday. There are several free shows in addition to the ticketed acts. The event wraps up on Saturday night. When we return, find out about a summer favorite, barbecue fundraisers. Jasmine Pelche caught up with the Prince Albert YWCA to find out where the next one is.
Joining me is David from the YWCA to talk about the upcoming barbecue fundraiser that's going on. So, barbecue fundraiser going on. When and where is it going to be?
Well, we're very excited. This is going to be the 7th annual fundraiser barbecue hosted by Mr. Mike's. So it's going to be at Mr. Mike's right out in their parking lot in the Cornerstone shopping area down in Prince Albert.
So apart from the barbecue, what else is going to be happening?
Well, we like to make the event grow a little bit every year. So as it's the 7th year, we've added a few things. We're going to have live music. We'll have some local favorites playing. Mystery Train, Kelly Kula, and Dave Arsenal will all be performing during the event from 11 to 3 o'clock, sorry. And we're going to have some activities out there, some face painting, henna, some coloring and activity sheets for the kids, some games, jumbo Jenga, beanbag toss, just a lot of things to add to the atmosphere as well. They'll have beach radio on site, and they'll be taking entries for their summer giveaway. So quite a bit going on in addition to the barbecue. Well, we're just trying to really add it more. So we're going to have more seating outdoors. We're going to have some more shaded seating. We tend to have good weather, fingers crossed, for this event. So a lot of people like to come hang out, listen to the music. It's a great family event, great for all ages, actually. And it really supports a great cause. The YWCA uses all of the funds from the barbecue to deliver essential services, as well as the 20-unit affordable housing complex that we have currently under construction. So thanks to great sponsors like Mr. Mike's and the beverage sponsor, Lake Country Co-op, all of the funds raised this year, every dollar is going right to the YWCA.
What are some of those essential services?
Well, we have numerous programs. We've got a few different youth homes. We've got our settlement services. We've got our community connection center for newcomers. We've got some housing first initiatives, some women's shelters for women and youth emergency shelters. So quite a few different programs that the YWCA delivers to some of our community's most vulnerable members.
In terms of attendance, how many people are you setting up for?
Well, in the past few years, we've sold a little bit more each year, and I believe last year we cracked the 500 burger mark. So 500 burgers in less than 4 hours is a pretty good pace to keep at. So this year we're actually offering people the opportunity to put in a pre-order to pick up and skip the line, or a pre-order for delivery, minimum for 10 for the pre-orders. And all the information for the barbecue as well as the pre-order form can be found at the YWCA website, ywcaprincealbert.ca.
Is it just hamburgers or hot dogs too?
It's just the hamburger, but it's not just any hamburger. We're talking about the full-size classic Mike burger for just $8, and then we're going to have pop, water, and chips as well that you can add a drink and chips to make it a combo for $10. So very reasonably priced. It's the exact price we've had for the last year or two. So despite everything else going up in price, this great event stays the same. And again, all the proceeds, as with every year, are going right to the YWCA programs.
In terms of the weather, is there sort of a contingency plan if it's not so nice that day?
Well, we do. We hope and we pray. We keep our fingers crossed, as we always do in Saskatchewan, for some nice weather. We look at the forecast, and our contingency is that we have a lot of gazebos that we're going to have set up. So we'll have a lot of shade from the sun or a break from the rain, and that'll be for where the barbecue area is as well as where the entertainment and the music is going on. So if you come on site and the weather isn't great, we'll still be able to give you the same great service and keep you as dry as possible.
What would you say to encourage people to turn out?
Well, it's a great time. Like I said, there's the live music, there's the games, there's the community atmosphere that gets added to it, and also, it's for a great cause. So all of the money, every dollar, every burger sold, it goes right towards YWCA. And again, these are the most vulnerable people in our community that we provide help and support for at YWCA.
Hey, sounds like something to look forward to. Thank you for speaking with me.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
The weather forecast from Jeff is coming up after the break, and more women now eligible for breast cancer screening after a shift in policy. All right, Jeff, we made it through all that rough weather, and now we're in for what hopefully will feel like a little bit of summer in Saskatoon, or Prince Albert, rather.
Prince Albert and Saskatoon, and a goodly portion of the rest of the province. The southern, I'll say, the extreme southern part of the province, certainly south of Regina, maybe a different story because of the system that's making its way up through Montana and ultimately coming into southern Saskatchewan. But other than that, there's a big area of high pressure that is building into Saskatchewan. We anticipate warmer temperatures, calmer conditions, certainly much calmer than what we've been dealing with. Although, with these warm temperatures, the possibility of thunderstorms like last night in some locations are certainly in play. So let's take a quick look at what we've got going on with our futurecast. So the computer modeling indicating that, look, these pressure lines way far apart, so it's not a windy day tomorrow. But look at how the computer is putting some of this active weather just clipping the international border there. And if it comes a little further north, well, we certainly do anticipate some showers or thunderstorms to go along with that. On to our detailed forecast for the Prince Albert region, though. 9 degrees in Spiritwood, 9 as well in the Battlefords. For the most part, places will have clearing skies, and then some fog patches are developing in the overnight period. So in terms of temperatures, though, 8 degrees for Candle Lake overnight, 9 degrees for Birch Hills and Rostron and Nipawin and Melfort. So pretty consistent overnight temperature pattern. And 9 degrees, that's comfortable. It's not like, oh my goodness, it's a heat wave kind of stuff. We don't need that. Then as we roll into tomorrow for the Prince Albert region and Lakeland region, we've got ourselves mainly sunny skies throughout the region. And as for temperatures, well, not too bad. At slightly above seasonal values. So 25 degrees for Spirit with mainly sunny skies, 2 degrees warmer and mainly sunny in the Battlefords, 25 and mainly sunny in Candle Lake, the same for Birch Hills and Rostern. And yeah, let's keep the party going. Mainly sunny and 25 for Nipawin and Melfort. So a pretty pleasant summer day if you happen to be enjoying one of the many Great Lakes in the region. So tonight for Prince Albert in detail. So clearing skies, those clouds get out of here. 9 degrees the overnight temperature. Winds backing off from the northwest at 22, just light. And there will be some fog patches developing, but that fog will dissipate as we roll into Tuesday. Mainly sunny skies, 25 degrees. So as I mentioned, about 1, maybe 2 degrees above seasonal, but certainly above seasonal. And the winds shifting around a little bit, but as we saw in the Futurecast, big deal. Westerly winds at 10 versus northeast at 10. These are light winds, so not the heavy-duty kind that certainly we've been dealing with in days past. So here's what's going on in terms of our numbers as we go forward. Wednesday, sunny and 26, mainly cloudy on Thursday, 23. Mainly sunny on Friday, 26 degrees. And look at this weekend, 27 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, mainly sunny on Saturday, a bit more cloud on Sunday. But then back to mainly sunny skies and above seasonal temperatures expected to hit 25 degrees on Monday.
That's a little bit more like it as I look at that across the board there. That's what we would call trending upward. In this
yeah, most certainly, yeah.
All right, well, if you were on Friday looking for CEBL basketball, Jeff, and you went to SaskTel Center or Merlis Belcher Place, you were in the wrong spot. The Saskatoon Mamba played a rare neutral site game against the Calgary Surge on Friday night.
Yes! Jamal Fuller, a real North Classic winner.
The first ever CEBL game in the Yukon territory, dubbed the Real North Classic, went the Mamba's way on the weekend 96-92. The game was played at Takini Arena in Whitehorse. Jalen Williams led the way with 15 points for Saskatoon, and Devonte Bandu had 12 points and 5 rebounds. The Mamba now sit at 7-8 on the season. They'll take on the Vancouver Bandits Tuesday night at Merlis Belcher Place. The Saskatchewan Roughriders handed the Ottawa Red Blacks another loss on Friday in the CFL, despite what their quarterback called a slow start, taking it 27-22 on the road. After failing to score in the first quarter, the Riders managed to get level with the Red Blacks 13-13 at halftime. Keyshawn Johnson was a difference maker with 9 catches for 137 yards and a touchdown. So was Matthew Sexton's 100-yard punt return touchdown, his first with the Riders. Saskatchewan will host the Hamilton Tiger Cats on Sunday.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Tens of thousands of women in Saskatchewan can now be screened for breast cancer earlier than before. Alison Bamford on the lowered age eligibility and the impact that it's having.
Renee Morrison was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 years ago at the age of 39. She went in for a mammogram after learning her younger sister had cancer.
Early detection saves lives, absolutely.
And the mother of 2 believes it saved hers.
Absolutely. Everything that I've been through would have been substantially worse had I not known.
Now, more women her age can get screened. This week, Saskatchewan expanded routine breast cancer mammograms to women aged 40 and older.
Well, it's an extremely crucial time to start getting screened. 1 in 6 cancers are diagnosed in the 40s, and often these cancers are more aggressive.
Saskatchewan joins 7 other provinces and territories that already lowered the eligibility age to 40. Alberta and Manitoba have committed to doing the same within the next year. But screening uptake for women in their 40s is low, ranging from about 20 to 30% in some provinces.
It's not enough to just make this policy change. We need the government to raise the awareness that women can now go.
For women who want to get screened, doctors say countrywide staffing shortages are forcing some to wait months.
Provinces need to invest in more training spots for technologists, and then they've got to pay them well when they graduate so they'll stay in the province.
Saskatchewan has been working to address capacity shortfalls and earlier this year introduced a second mobile mammography unit to increase screening in rural and northern communities.
It's good to book them early and as soon as you can so that you can get in for your yearly mammogram.
The Saskatchewan Cancer Agency doesn't anticipate any capacity challenges with the increased eligibility. Besides the mobile units, the province has 8 designated screening locations, including this one. Wait times for those vary between 1 week and 4 months. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Researchers from an Ontario university have made progress in the fight against brain cancer. The team of researchers from McMaster University looked at making new drugs that could intercept cancer cells before they reach the brain. Their study shows that the drug could target an enzyme that cancers use in order to spread. One of the researchers says the drugs could include a pill taken once a day and could be available within 5 years.
That is amazing.
Pretty cool, eh?
Let's not kid ourselves. That's amazing.
All right. Well, we're going to do something else that's amazing. And obviously, this one's because nobody was injured in this one. But one lucky weather watcher, Jeff, had a great look at a waterspout over a lake in Germany last week. This was visible for about 15 minutes and no damage was reported. At its peak, it was about 800 meters tall at a diameter of about 50 meters. Waterspouts, Jeff, you know this, are tornadoes that occur over a body of water, but they don't reach land. But that's a tidbit for all of you at home, and pretty good video.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And just look at that slow rotation. You can feel the nastiness of that.
And you wonder what the fish were thinking down below, looking up and going a little bit kind of cross-eyed, or I guess fish can't get cross-eyed.
Maybe they can. I don't know.
Dizzy?
Maybe that one from The Simpsons with the 3 eyes. Blinky.